Organizers of a DNA testing event next week in South Dakota hope to help identify possible family members and victims. First Alert investigator Beth Warden brings us to the story of John Doe with South Dakota ties, and how his DNA is being extracted 30 years later in hopes of finding a match.
The body of this man, who died in Pennsylvania in 1992, has never been identified, but has ties to South Dakota. Last summer, his body was exhumed. The coroner hopes to learn his identity with the advances in DNA extraction.
Hoping that something like this would come up, knowing that he didn't have a positive ID, we didn't have any family, knowing that there was something off with this.
The man, who used an alias of Albert Crazy Buffalo, painted artwork on motorcycles in exchange for some money or a beer at a place called Davies Dive Bar in New York State. In 1992, he moved on.
He ended up hitchhiking out to Scranton, Pennsylvania, where he had a heart condition, like an acute heart attack, and ends up passing away at the hospital.
Laura Bullock is the administrator of the Facebook page South Dakota Missing Persons and another page about Albert Crazy Buffalo. She describes the South Dakota connection.
The P.O. box that he had given was in Mission, South Dakota.
The American Indian man's DNA extraction is expected to be complete this summer. To make a match, they also need DNA samples of family to compare it to. That's where Voices for the Unnamed DNA testing event can help. Next week, the Bureau of Indian Affairs and the Attorney General's Missing and Murdered Unit is offering the voluntary testing event. It's during the same time as the Lakota Nation Invitational, with families coming from South Dakota, North Dakota, Nebraska, and Wyoming. The DNA can be matched against present or future unidentified missing individuals, according to Attorney General Marty Jackley.
It's safe for them. If they want us to destroy it or give it back to them, we can. But it's really our effort, working really across the state and especially with tribal leaders, to try to get some answers for those families that have a loved one that's been missing.
Maybe we can reunite this guy, this person, with a family member who may not know where he disappeared to.
In Sioux Falls, Beth Warden, Dakota News Now.